What I consider the best roller coaster at Dollywood is called Thunderhead. Kind of an obscure name, and I'm not really sure what it means, but this GCI coaster is amazing. I'm going to break down this coaster element by element, so you know exactly what to expect and exactly at what moments. This ride has a short queue line full of switchbacks and then a staircase leading into the station. The ride's theming is very minimalistic. There's almost nothing that's theming the ride, other than the trains, a little bit. The ride has 4 trains, but can only operate with 2 at once. They do assign seats for your ride, but I definitely request the front row, as it was my favorite seat for the ride. The back row felt pretty tame, except at night. Then the back row is at a whole nother level. But assuming that it's daytime, you're going to want to try to get the front row. The restraints are your typical GCI seatbelt and lap bar. The lap bar comes down easily, so you will be stapled by the end of the ride. Dispatch from the station and slightly turn left and glide over some straight track that goes over what you're about to go under. Oh, by the way, did you know that this ride has 32 points where it crosses over and under itself? Anyways, back to the ride. Turn 270 degrees to the right and go under where you just went. You get some pretty good laterals during this element. Anyways, turn a bit to the left and begins ascending the 100.4 feet tall lift hill. This lift hill is pretty slow, so it'll be a while before you reach the top. But once you crest the top, you will get a pretty good view of Wildwood Grove. This drop is curved, as are most GCI roller coasters. This one is curved to the right. In the front, this drop really doesn't do much, but in the back, it pulls you through this element. You get a lot of butterflies, and you get slammed to the left side of the train. At the bottom of the drop, you hit your top speed of 53.7 miles per hour, and you violently bank left and go into a swift turn before going back to the right and cresting out of a hill, which will give you some pretty good airtime. You're rolling down a hill and then pulling out. You go to the left and over an airtime hill, which sends you flying if you're in the front row, but the back row doesn't deliver much. Keep riding to the left and go down from the hill. This one, like the last, gives phenomenal airtime in the front, but the back was a disappointment. Go to the right and over a small bunny hop. I didn't expect this to give any airtime, but I was pleasantly surprised. Fly past the on-ride camera and go into a lateral filled turnaround, which is extremely fun. Go through a small section of straight track, which is a station flyby. It goes right above the station and is about 8 feet above the pathway. It is really cool as you're waiting for the train in the station to dispatch. Dip down a little bit and rise up into yet another airtime hill, this one turning to the left. This one is the same as the others. You fly out of your seat in the front, but nothing major happens in the back. Pull out and go to the right into a crazy bunny hop, and turn a bit more to the left. That little section is crazy with laterals and ejector airtime, specifically if you ride in the front row. Go into another bunny hop and turn to the left. You don't have too much more ride time after this point, but you will be pleasantly surprised what this layout can pack in the last 20 seconds. This turn was absolutely insane because it felt so long and was banked a lot. Go over a little bunny hop and go to the left. Switch back and ride toward the right. Dive down and get a little pop of airtime if you're in the front. And rise up into the final turn before the brake run. The pop up into the turn sent me flying. And this turn gave great laterals. This ride really doesn't slow down until the final brake run. And it actually feels like you gain speed throughout the ride. Anyways, the ride is basically over, but turn to the right. Go through the transfer shed. Turn to the left. And enter the station. This ride has a phenomenal layout with a lot of laterals, multiple airtime pops, and crossovers. And at night, this thing is on a whole nother level of fun. This ride is also pretty smooth too. It did provide the classic wooden roller coaster rattle, but it didn't discomfort me in any way. They should definitely do something about the restraints. Maybe they'll get their new GCI trains to try on this ride. I'm sure that would be amazing. But other than that, This is pretty much a perfect roller coaster. Because of a lot of this roller coaster is inside the structure itself, it's hard to tell what's coming next at some points. So a lot of the elements are pretty surprising. If you ever visit Dollywood, be sure to ride this roller coaster. It is very thrilling, very fun, and you will be wanting to ride this more and more. It is crazy. Oh my gosh. This is my favorite coaster at Dollywood, and it was my 50th roller coaster that I ever rode. Anyways, that's going to wrap up today's review. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe to Stormy Coasters and like this video. Comment below your thoughts on Thunderhead if you've ridden it, and have a great rest of your day.